Hello, everyone. Welcome. So wonderful to see you here today. Let me just go ahead and go live in all platforms. We are live here today on YouTube, on Instagram, as well as Facebook. So, wherever you're tuning in from, welcome, welcome. It's so wonderful to have you here. Go ahead and put in the comments where you're tuning in from. I just want to say hello and welcome you in to this beautiful readings and healings with Dipal. I am Dipal Shah. I'm a medical intuitive. And let's see. All right. Let me go ahead and clear this. Okay, so I'm very excited to have you here today. Hello, Osmos from France. Hello, I remember you were here last week, so welcome back. So great to see you. Anyone else that wants to share in the comments where you're tuning in from? Hello, Heather. So good to see you from Colorado. Always, always wonderful to see you, my dear Lynn. Great to see you as well. Okay, so we have quite a few people, and I know since we're going live on Instagram, we've got some people joining there. Sarah, hello, Sarah. So good to see you. All right, so I'm gonna just wait till a few people tune in, but I do want to say hello and welcome, and I hope you are enjoying this beautiful, beautiful day as we start to kind of come into the summer months. I hope you're taking care of yourself right now. Spring is a beautiful time to really just go in, go deeper, and really see what we want to grow in our lives. Like, how do we want to grow, And one of the things that I realized is that, there's this weird heaviness sometimes that sometimes we just can't explain, and sometimes it's like this mental fog, emotional fatigue, that thing that keeps showing up even though you thought you were over it, right? So what we are going to talk about today is energetic debris. And I don't think too many people talk about this because it's really important. I'm going to share with you exactly why. Because if you've been feeling stuck or tired for no reason, you're probably carrying it. And I'm going to ask in the comments if you could put, are you feeling that way? Hello, Marcia. Hello, Sean. Hello, Fred Haggis. Hello, Dee. So wonderful to have you here today. And go ahead and put in the comments if you're feeling stuck or tired for no obvious reason. Anybody feeling that way? I had these moments a few weeks ago where I was just feeling tired and stuck. I mean, I had both of those things going on and I really had to tune in. So if you're somebody who's feeling that way, yeah, Haga says yes. And that tired energy can come in any form, right? Yeah, Claudia says yes, absolutely. Feeling yes, stuck and tired. Brittany, hello, my dear. Always tired, even when I do nothing. Exactly. Sometimes you're like, is it nothing that's making me tired? And Lisa says, yes, I am tired and stuck. Hi, Deeple. You look great. Love the earrings and makeup. Thanks. Today I put my hair up, and I was like, let's just do a little updo. Fred, just tired this week. Cherise, hi, Deeple. Hello, my dear. So you might be feeling tired. You might be feeling stuck. It might be showing up for you in some way. You're feeling heavy. What's happening is that you're probably carrying some kind of energy and you don't even know it. And we're going to unpack it. I'm going to give you some tools and then I want to invite you to something special that's happening tomorrow. Okay? That I really don't want you to miss. All right? So you guys with me? So I hope you guys could stay till the end. I'm just going to kind of go back and forth here. All right. Because I'm flipping between Instagram and YouTube as well as Facebook. So I just want to welcome all of our beautiful community and all of my followers. I mean, this is such a beautiful time that we get to spend together every Wednesday at 3 p.m. And today we are talking about energetic debris. So, what do I mean by energetic debris? It's that stuff we carry after the moment has passed. It's like this emotional residue. Okay. The remnants of an argument, a breakup, a disappointment, even a trauma. It's like unfinished business. That's how I would explain it. If I was to explain it in simple terms, it's unfinished business. You know, this happened to me a couple of weeks ago when I was talking to my husband and we got into a little bit of an argument and and you know, it just it was like this incomplete feeling, that something our discussion was not complete. And I must have thought about it for at least a week and a half. And then I brought it up. I'm like, listen, I feel like we've got some unfinished business, you know? And after having the courage to bring it back up to the surface. And I know sometimes it's hard for us to bring things back up to the surface, right? It's like, okay, once it's gone, it's just gone. But no, it's unresolved. And when you stay in that energy of unresolved, it's going to feel very heavy on you. And that's the energetic debris you do not want, right? Because we bury things and it's not a good idea. Even if the other person doesn't want to discuss it and they think everything is okay. And for you, because you might be very intuitive, you might be very sensitive, you might be empathic, and you take things and you hold on to it because that's your superpower, because it's things that need to be healed. Y'all with me? Right? Does this make sense? I see Lucy's joining in from Tucson. Welcome, Lucy. And Sarah, hello, Dee. Yeah, we forget that many times we pick up debris from our family, friends, and the general environment. Yes. Hello, Janet. So good to see you here. And so I see that you are resonating with this, Lucy. Yes. Okay. I thought I saw you post a comment, but all right. So what happens is that whatever energy that we had unfinished business with, whether it was somebody, and usually it's people, right? And if it's still hanging around, you're always going to feel it. Okay. And it's not always from big events. It doesn't have to be from a wedding or from a baby shower or anything like that. Okay. It could be from conversations that we never had, feelings we shoved down to stay strong, right? Environments that drained us, So think about it. And the wildest part is most of us don't even know it's there, right? But it shows up. It shows up in how we react, in how we shut down, and how tired we feel even when life looks fine. Like nothing's bothering, nothing's coming up, but there's something underlying all of that. There's energetic debris that needs to be cleared. Now, let me ask you, have you ever felt emotionally heavy that you just couldn't explain, or like your spirit's cluttered, but you haven't even done anything wrong, And let me see, I just want to see who's answering. Hello, Michelle. I am so like what you are talking about, holding on to things, thinking about them obsessively. Yes. Unfinished is the perfect description. Yes. It's like we're obsessed with our thoughts. We're obsessed with things that happen to us. And sometimes, we as sensitives think, oh, is it us? What if it's not? Like, what if it's not? And we're just all not just trying to heal ourselves, but helping others heal, right? You're a healer. I know you guys are. And whether or not you've stepped into that purpose, you know, you're still fulfilling your purpose by helping others recognize this, that there's unfinished business, So there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. So now the energetic debris could be from a toxic job that you left months ago, but your nervous system's still running like you're in danger. Maybe it's from childhood wounds, family patterns, or cultural trauma that's been passed down. And this stuff piles up. And when we don't clear it, we start reacting to life through a filter of old energy. I had a client today who had some energetic debris because what was happening is that she was dealing with some issues where she couldn't eat vegetables, and it had come down from her ancestors, from her family patterns, with connection to things that are green, especially money. Now, I have to be a detective. As a medical intuitive, I'm like playing detective, and it's a lot of fun. And so, by the way, if you ever want to become a medical intuitive, I do have an amazing program that you can ask me about anytime. You can always email me at dipalshah@anandaforlife.com, and I would love to help you embrace your intuition. Okay. So I'm just putting that out there. But sometimes we play detective with our body. Sometimes we play detective with other people and their relationships and what's happening to them, but we're always playing detective. And the fact that she had this relationship, we had to clear the energetic debris of her ancestors to help her relationship with money. Because anything that was green was seen as old and dirty. And it had to do with a whole other story that I don't have time to go into now. But those childhood wounds, family patterns have been passed down to you. And the only way to detect this is if you go to somebody who can detect this for you sometimes. Okay, and maybe you're seeing this energy now that I'm talking about it. But if you want to go deeper, let me know. See, the stuff piles up, and that's the sucky part. We don't want stuff to pile up because then it's harder to clear it. And when we don't clear it, we start reacting to life through a filter of old energy. You know how you feel like a pressure cooker sometimes, and you're like, I'm going to explode, right? That's the feeling of stuck, or you just want to cry. You're depressed. You're like, your head is about to explode. Like you want to run away. That is energetic debris, guys. Okay. Yeah, looping negative thoughts, holding on to things for way too long. Yeah, Therese. So what we're gonna do, and I do want to help everyone kind of clear this up a little bit because I don't want you to stay in this energy because I could feel that it's very heavy for you already. So how do you clear this, right? Let me give you a few tools and then I'm going to do a little bit of clearing for you today, but it's going to be a community clearing. It's not an individualized clearing. So know that I'm just picking up whatever I'm seeing in the community, okay? As a group. So we'll do that, okay? And then we'll do some scans, okay, as to where you're holding on to the energetic debris. All right. So, you know, one of the things that you can do is sit in stillness. I'm not saying meditation, I'm saying stillness. Okay, what am I holding on to that's not mine? Ask yourself in that stillness, what am I holding on to that's not mine anymore? Okay, and then write it out or speak it or move your body. Okay, energy moves when you do. Okay. When I write things out, wow, do I feel good? You know, I told you about my husband and I having that argument. Well, when I wrote it all out, oh my goodness, I actually typed it out on my phone. And I'm like, "Da, da, 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 da," you know, and I'm just typing away. And afterwards, I wrote 3 paragraphs. And afterwards, I felt so relieved. It was amazing. Okay. So that's your expression speaking, right? We have to express. And then boundaries. Don't just protect your time, protect your energy, right? And I can show you how to do all of that. Those are some things that I teach. But you don't need to do anything fancy, literally stillness, asking yourself, what am I holding on to that's not mine anymore? And expression. Write it out, speak it out, move your body, do whatever you have to do to let it out. Okay. And then, of course, you'll have to think about the boundaries. And so, my boundary is that let's talk about it because it's not over until I say it's over. You know what I mean? So, if you're like, okay, but how do I really move forward from all of this? Right? How do I really move forward from all of this? So that's exactly why I'm hosting something special tomorrow. It's called the Unlock Your Healer Archetype Training. And this is where we're going to identify your healer archetype and help you release some of this energetic debris and how to activate that inner healer that really lives within you. And where you're carrying these wounds, we want to clear them and heal them. You know, all of this, it's not just a theory. Your archetype plays a huge role in how you navigate through life, how you respond to triggers and challenges and obstacles and your own healing needs. And if you don't know your archetype, let me help you uncover that and unfold it. What I'll do is I'll put the link here, but definitely make sure that if you are not on our newsletter to receive the reminders for tomorrow's archetype, you could take the quiz at anandaforlife.com and that'll put you into our newsletter immediately. Okay. And that way you also know your archetype when you take your quiz at anandaforlife.com. Anandaforlife.com/archetype is the actual place where you could sign up for Unlock Your Healer Archetype training for tomorrow. So if you want to join us tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, I would love to have you and really show you how you can work with all this energy that is built up within you, okay? It's just going to be an hour. That's all I need, an hour of your time at lunchtime. At least it'll be lunchtime here in Eastern time, North Carolina. And I would love to have you there. If you don't get a chance to come, there will be a replay. So make sure you go ahead and sign up for our newsletter anyway, just by taking the archetype quiz at anandaforlife.com. If you go there right now, you could go ahead and take the quiz. So at some point, I'm going to put a QR code at the top, so that's easy for you to do, okay? Maybe I could pull up the QR code in a little bit. But in the meantime, let's do this. Let's go ahead and do some healing work, right? Let's go ahead and I want you to tune into your body. I want you to close your eyes and let's tune into your body right now. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice breath out. And as you breathe in and out, notice where you're holding on to some energy that feels stuck, heavy, that feels cluttered, tense. Where you've shoved down conversations. Feel into that. And I want you to speak about that out loud. Whatever you want to say to it, go ahead and do that now. And now take a nice deep breath in and out. And notice how that feels. Notice if you feel a sense of relief. All right, go ahead and put it in the comments of what you're feeling. How was that experience for you? D says, when I'm unable to express myself fully in the moment, it is extremely draining because you can't complete that moment. So, yes, unfinished business is a good way of expressing this. Yes. And I think I read that. Lighter. Kayla says, lighter. Yes. Sometimes we just need acknowledgement of what we're holding on to, what has not been expressed. You know, we just need acknowledgement. So, what I'm going to do is for those of you who are wanting to take the healer archetype quiz, you could use this. You could just put your phone up there and you'll be able to scan this QR code, okay? Go ahead and scan that QR code. I'll give you a moment to do that. It'll take you right to the quiz and you'll get in our newsletter, and tomorrow you'll get a reminder to sign up for and register for the healer archetype series. Okay. So you could come for that training. It's going to be amazing. And I can't wait to see you there. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off now, and I'll put it back on at the end. But I hope you were able to scan that. Thank you so much, Dipal. Is this being recorded? Will we get a replay? Sal, yes. Most of the time, these are always there on Facebook as well as YouTube, and you could come back to any of my stuff anytime. I have a ton of healings and things that I do for on YouTube. Now, if you are looking for specific videos, there's over 100 videos on YouTube that you could go through and kind of find what you're looking for. But yes, speaking of the replay, you will receive a replay of this also in our newsletter on Saturday. Okay, we send a beautiful newsletter going out on Saturdays so that you get up-to-date highlighted information of what we're offering at Ananda for Life, and that way you could keep up with me. Okay, because I'm trying to keep up with you guys. All right, so if you would like a reading, please let me know, okay? Let me know. Just put scan in the comments and we'll do scan. Well, actually, tell me what's going on, and and what I'll do is I'm going to scan which part of your body you're holding this energy, okay? All right, so tell me what's going on, a little bit of information. I don't need a lot, but if you want to share some information, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, you could just put scan and I'll be good. And I'll just scan. Okay. All right. Okay, so I can see everybody has put scan, and I'm just gonna pick people out. So I'm just gonna go wherever I'm guided. We have a lot of you here today, so I'm very excited and happy that you are here with me. And so let's see. All right. So, Kayla, I think you were there last week and I wasn't able to give you a scan, I believe. So, let's get you this time, girl. All right. So, Kayla, I'm seeing that a lot of what you're holding on to is in your jaw. Okay. There's a lot of energetic debris in your jaw and your throat chakra for sure. Even though you seem very strong and very open, but there's a part of you, there's like energetic debris that's still being held back in the backside of your thyroid. I could see it, and in the vocal cords. Okay. So I hope that helps. Um, Let me know if this resonates with you in any way. Whatever information that I give, guys, if it resonates with you, let me know, okay? Fred, so good to see you. You were laid off in March. Kidneys, bladder, liver seem to be impacted. Also, hamstrings near rear. Okay. So, what I'm seeing is that a lot of your energetic debris is actually coming from the within your digestive tract. Okay. And actually, I can see it in your nervous system. Okay. You're holding on to a lot of old information here. It's almost like the sense of not good enough that's coming through. And it's almost like it's locked up in your neck. Okay. So, yeah, you may feel some things going on in your kidneys and bladder and liver that are impacted, but I'm telling you that the root of it is coming from your spine and from your neck is where I'm seeing it kind of like congesting that area. Okay? Yeah, neck is stiff too. Yeah. So I'm just seeing that that's the area that would need some attention and healing. And maybe you could use some of that the stillness and the what did I say earlier? Stillness and expression, right? Just coming to stillness and being able to express yourself. So do that. If you're not able to do it on your own, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you unlock this energy, okay? There's probably more debris than anything. Yes, Fred, yes. Um, so let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go to Escalette scan. Okay, so what I'm seeing is there's a lot of stuff stuck on the right side of your upper body. Okay. It's not the entire right side, but the right side. And like the vagus nerve runs through both sides. So I'm also seeing some block there. Okay. Escalette. I don't know. Just go ahead. If you have any digestive problems or even sleep issues. Oh, Shelly. Okay. Thanks, Shelly. It's always nice to have a name. So, Shelly, let me know if you're feeling things that feel trapped on the right side of your body. Okay, especially the upper half of it. I could even feel some energy in your heart wall. So, in the back of your heart, there's a heart wall. This part of your heart can carry a lot of energetic debris for a lot of people because we hold things in our heart as intuitives, as sensitives, as empaths. You hold things in your heart, but that heart can then create because create this energy in the back called the heart wall, which can get blocked. And that can block the physical heart and your heart chakra. So, what you want to do is you really want to be able to go into that stillness and start to do some expression work. Okay. And again, if you need assistance, please let me know. Okay. Um, Annette says, hello, Dipal. What about feet? So much pain. Well, Annette, what I'm seeing is that a lot of your pain is coming from your hips. Okay, your knees and your hips. It's coming from your second chakra. There's a relationship that still needs some healing. Okay. Um, Okay, so I'm just kind of looking out at some of the comments that are coming through because there's a lot of people here, which is wonderful. I love seeing you all here. Thank you for dedicating your time. I'm just trying to read through the comments. So, Annette, does that make sense? What I'm seeing is your hip and your second chakra, as well as your knees, that are impacted. Okay, and they're carrying energetic debris because you're having a hard time with moving forward. Something happened that didn't allow you to move forward. Like you're still stuck in that situation. Okay. Annette says, yes, sciatica. Okay. Yes. So sciatica is like this, like somebody is irritating you. There's something that really triggered that sciatica, you know? And so, guys, when I pick up information, I'm picking up energetic information. Whether or not you resonate with it, you have to decipher the information for yourself. So I just get what my guides are giving me, what your body is telling me, and I share that information with you as a medical intuitive. So I am putting a disclaimer out there that I am not a medical doctor and that I do not have a medical degree. And so, what I do is energetically, intuitively tune into your body, your energy systems, and I see what's coming up and what your body wants me to tell you. Okay, so know that that everything that I share is energetic work. Okay. And have I seen healings unfold on the physical level? Yes. Because what my clients do is when they work with me, they start taking action. They start doing the things that I tell them to do, taking certain beautiful holistic practices of ancient wisdom of India, putting that into our Western world and combining it with what we have today in our life, and I bring all that knowledge to the forefront. So if you ever want to get in touch with me, if you ever want a session with me, please, all you have to do is email me, okay? And you can always come to these Wednesday healings and readings live at 3 p.m. Eastern. All right, so it's 333 here, and it's 333. We've got 33 viewers, and we've got 3 loves and likes. This is so cool, guys. So there's 333 time as well as 333. This is really, really cool. We definitely have this beautiful energy. Annette says, yes, I must work with you on a personal issue. Annette, I'd be more than happy to help you. Just email me at deepalshah@anandaforlife, and I will put my information here if you would like. Tomorrow, do not forget, I am having a healer archetype, unlock your healer archetype training. So if you'd like to join us in this training where you get to understand your personality traits, your strengths and weaknesses, your healing needs, and why you're not healing. You may have tried all kinds of things, medications, supplements, grounding sheets, anything and everything, and nothing seems to be working well. There's a reason, and it's because you're not aware of your healer archetype. Once you become aware of that, it just becomes a lot easier because you're able to pinpoint your weaknesses or your struggles and turn them into superpowers. And that's what I want for you. So come join us. My email is deepalshah@anandaforlife.com, and we're going to have a wonderful little time together. Okay. Okay, so Fred says, I like to think that I'm a healer, but don't know if I am. Fred, you are a healer. You're here. You're a healer, okay? Because I know you're very intuitive. You've been a healer. And if I look back into different lifetimes, you have taken many lifetimes as a healer, and you're continuing to work on yourself, right? Who does that? Healers do that. They want to work on themselves. They show up to things like this because they're working on themselves, trying to gain knowledge and wisdom. You're also like a sage. So if you want to know more, Fred, go ahead and take the healer archetype quiz. Okay, here is the quiz. You could just put your phone up. Hopefully you can scan this QR code and it will be to the quiz. So go ahead and do that now if you'd like. And I'm going to take it off now. Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm just going to look at the comments and I'll be here with you guys for just another few minutes. Let's see. Hania, hello. Scan me, please. I'm having trouble following through, taking action on projects, on things I want to do. It has been a long time. So there's part of your brain, Hania, that feels very like it feels like the prana is not flowing as fluidly as it should. And that's in the prefrontal cortex. Okay. That's this front part of the brain. That's also our conscious brain. When you are, a lot of times what's happening, and I know right now the world is very chaotic. Right? It's very chaotic. Studies suggest that we use 1 to 3% of our conscious brain. And a lot of times there's, we're not motivated or there's lack of focus, lack of memory, a lot of things that we need to do. We have responsibilities for, but we just don't have that drive, So one of the things that I would highly recommend for you is to just sit in that stillness. I don't know if you were here earlier, but I highly recommend sitting in the stillness. Okay. And I'm going to tell you that's where your energetic debris is right in the prefrontal cortex. And sit with yourself and ask yourself, what am I holding on to that's not mine anymore? And then write it down, speak it out, move your body, whatever you have to do. Okay. Do that. And feel that energy just moving out. Do something fun. I think a lot of us forget as we get older to do something fun for ourselves. What was the last time you guys did something fun for yourself? Please, I'd say raise your hand, but I can't see you. So put no if you have not done something fun for yourself in the last 24 hours. Okay, I'm just going to ask you. Put no. And put yes if you did do something fun in the last 24 hours, if you did do something for yourself. I would love to hear what you've done or if you have done something fun for yourself in the last 24 hours. Fred says no. Isabel says no. Therese says no. Anybody else, or did everybody else do something fun? Troy says yes. Awesome, Troy. Congratulations. Me, M-E, not me, says no. Michelle says yes. Congratulations. Sean, I do something fun every day. Awesome. Annette, no. Sarah says yes, I did. Osmos, no. So some of you, yes, and then some of you, no. Oh, me says, yes, I go on this call. Oh, well, then you know what? You all did do something fun. So yes, you did. And thank you for bringing that to the comments, like really bringing that to the surface. You know that you did do something fun and it's showing up here. And I'm glad you're having a great time and you're having fun. I am so happy. So I guess you all did have, do something that's fun. But I really want you to think about having more fun in your life. Sometimes when we get so serious and that frown goes on our face and those lines are coming up, at least for me, we need to think about, did I do something fun for myself? Like at 3 o'clock, set a timer. Okay. Set a timer at 3 o'clock every single day. And that timer will be your reminder. Did I do something fun? And if you haven't, go do it. Go skip outside, go run, go exercise, go do something, whatever you enjoy. Maybe it's just looking at the sun or whatever. Today, what I'm going to do for fun at 3:30, well, it's already 3:30. Usually I'm done by 3:30 here. But it's a beautiful day outside and my love, if you all know this about me, I love coffee. Coffee, like, and it's not just coffee, it's lattes. It's like the foo-foo stuff. So my thing is, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to enjoy the nature, enjoy all the beautiful sounds of the birds, and I'm going to have a nice fun time with myself without thinking, overthinking, without thinking about anything, and just sitting in the stillness. Abby says the page told me not found. Did anybody else find that to be true? I'm going to pull it up myself, guys, because I hope that I didn't give you an old QR link, and I apologize if I did. So let me see, because I don't want you to have the wrong QR code. So I'm going to put it up one more time, but please just try to see if this works for you, because it should work. And if it doesn't, yep, it works for me. It should bring up stuck in an endless cycle of trial and error. And if you go down, so if you see, it's got the healer archetypes and it's got the quiz right below. There's a video and then there's a quiz right there. So discover your healer archetype. Okay. So that should work. I'm going to put it up one more time if any of you want to get it. And you know what, Abby, if you're not receiving it, and just go to anandaforlife.com, ANANDA, the number 4, life.com. All right. So just go to that. Lisa's Conrad said, enjoy. Nah, no, yay. Enjoy Dipal. Isabel said it worked for her. So that's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to put the QR code up one more time. You guys want to come to the Unlock Your Healer Archetype series tomorrow, you can do so just by taking this quiz, and then we will make sure to include you in the newsletter, and then make sure you sign up for Unlock Your Healer Archetype series, okay? So I put the QR code. Go ahead. All right, everybody got it? Awesome. Okay, so we are back. I don't want to bombard you with this healer archetype quiz, but I just want to tell you that I want you to be there for the training tomorrow. That's the only reason I keep putting this QR code up. So forgive me if I'm bombarding you with this QR code. Let's see. Oh, Abby, I love that you were able to forgive yourself for what you were holding on to. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. That is great. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just gonna look through, and I see, Sean. I would love a scan, please. My left shoulder and heart area. So where I see you, Sean, carrying a lot of energetic debris is actually coming from the right side of your heart, and it's coming from this. I'll tell you exactly where. Hold on one second. Yeah, from this side of your body. Okay, so from this side of your body, from the right side of your body. Um, and it's almost as if it's going through the sixth chakra, but also, right here, which is your sixth chakra, and the fifth chakra, and your third chakra. So that's where I see energetic debris. Okay. And it is coming up from childhood. And I can feel it in my body. It like gives me chills. So I don't know if something really traumatic happened to you as a child. And I'm getting, if it did, it was like 7, 8, 9 years old. And you can validate this for me if you'd like. And if you're still here, but that's what I'm getting. And this energetic debris is coming from that. So go ahead, sit in stillness, see what it wants to, what you need to share with yourself, you know? Um, Sean says, yes, I had retinal detachment in my right eye, hip pain. I think something happened at that age. Okay, now let me, it's almost like it was like an accident or something that feels very, very much stuck in that in the right side of your body. There are some things that you can definitely do to open this up, to open up your heart, to open up your left shoulder. Okay. And retinal detachment, so it affected your eye. See, I was saying sixth, this area. So it makes sense because your right eye had retinal detachment. That's our ability to see, right? Something happened and it's still sticking there. Okay. I've been trying to open up my heart. Oh, Sean, I can help you do that. Let me help you open up your heart. I love doing some heart work. I actually have a heart package on my shop page, and that's just beautiful, beautiful, where you open up 4 hearts. Our heart, a lot of people don't understand that our heart is not just the physical heart. There's the heart chakra, the heart wall, and there's a special heart as well, the higher heart. And that is actually located in our body. Okay. So if you want to know more, come to some of my training programs, webinars, workshops. There's a lot of stuff that I teach, and I can definitely help you open up your heart. You don't have to sit there and wait for it to happen. You can make it happen as we work together. Okay. Now, let me leave you with this. Okay. That we're not meant to carry our pain forever. You're allowed to heal. You're allowed to release. You're allowed to remember who you are. Okay? And thank you for rocking with me today. If this session gave you anything, a moment of clarity, a spark of truth, drop a comment, let me know. And I hope to see you all on Zoom tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow at Unlock Your Healer Archetype Training. All right? Don't sleep on this. Make it happen. This just might be the conversation that your soul's been waiting for. So peace, love, and light to you. And I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye, everybody.